indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 3 is approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion from Commissioner Busby. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Commissioner Pulliam. Any discussion? All in favor, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Item 4 is approval of the minutes. Would it be the pleasure of the board to vote on the minutes as presented individually or collectively? All right, we have approval of the minutes for item A, March 3rd, 2025, BOC executive session. Item 4B, April 7th, 2025, BOC public hearing. 4C is April 7th, BOC regular meeting. 4D, April 7th, BOC executive session. 4E, April 29th, BOC work session. And 4F is April 29th, BOC executive session. Do I have a motion from the board?
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion from Commissioner Busby and a second from Commissioner Pulliam. Do I have any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Alright, moving on to item 5, statements and remarks from citizens. When you come to the podium, we just ask that you state your name and your address for the record. When you come to the podium, we also ask that you speak directly to us and that everyone is respectful of each other, and that's citizens and board members and staff. So if everyone will, who wants to start off? Everybody wants public comment tonight, okay. Hold on. Oh, yes, and the time, we have the 3-minute time limit.
I just have a quick question. Cindy Youngblood, Cartersville, Georgia. It was brought to my attention today that Voter GA did an open records request requesting the primary ballots for the June 2024 election. I guess that was not the recall, runoff, excuse me, brain dead. The copies of the original ballots per 21-2-493 J.21, and I was wondering where we stood at that, or if Mr. Samuels, I think I understood correctly, they had sent it to Mr. Samuels to see where we're at. Does he know where we're at?
We've
I'm sorry.
we've responded to the open records request on behalf of the board.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, do we have anyone else who'd like to speak?
Keep it under 3 minutes this time. My name is Leslie Pope. I'm from Madison County. I'd like to put on the record that this is only the second time I've ever stated where I was from. For months, we have beat the dead horse. We know there's corruption in Franklin County. We know there's connections in all of these big pictures. We know we don't want a rendering plant, and we know that there's risk of forever chemicals going into the Broad River with the wastewater treatment plant. We have read the documents and emails on SaveBroadRiver.com. We know there's a parcel number that matches the industry property for 1 million renewables resources. And we know that Franklin County rescinding the IGA plays a huge role in halting the destruction of the Broad River. Today, the Elbert County landfill hearing was postponed within a short time frame since Nikki Robinson's JBS made their statement with Pilgrim's Pride. Today, Brian Kemp stated he's not running for election next year. And today, Lee Moore stated the new wastewater treatment plant is still in the works and that poultry waste could still one day end up at that facility. And that's in an article that's posted. There's big news happening every day. But today I'd like to turn my focus and shift a little bit to the past. I'd like to focus on what was said when each of you ran for commissioner. I would like to take this moment just as a reminder of who Franklin County voted for and who you ran to be, of what was represented to the people and what the people appreciated and voted for. Ms. Long, you stated, "I'm ready to continue the fight and lead our board into a brighter future for Franklin County through honesty and perseverance. I will never give up on this county." Mr. Smith, you said, "I'm not afraid to say no. I will ensure all monies allotted, distributed through the budget will be accounted for. I will work with each department to ensure our county and citizens are the priority. I will strive to protect our agricultural industry while also seeking the right industries for Franklin County so that our children will have the opportunities to stay here and work here. I will be open-minded and listen to concerns from all citizens. I will be proactive. I will fight for the citizens and not let big corporations tell us what to do. I will be compassionate and an advocate for our county employees. I will work hard for the citizens, and I will try to make decisions that are best for all citizens. I will be responsive and meet with the citizens when asked." Ms. Busby, you said, "I am also good at listening to people and can empathize and understand their concerns. My willingness to be a voice for people will serve the citizens of this county well." And correct me, Pullum, is that how you say it? Okay, Pulliam. You stated that every voter in Franklin County, you would reassure them that if you're elected, you will seek God's guidance and common sense to make every decision. You have made the choice to raise your family in Franklin County because you truly believe that Franklin County is the best. Faith, family, and Franklin are what I always rely on. I like that a lot. And, oh, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Mr. Smith, I read yours. I think I looked at you whenever I read yours. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm new here, right? So. And then Ms. Thompson, I love yours a lot. Can I say hers? It's like 3 seconds. Okay. "I believe that people of Franklin County want to preserve the culture of farming and agriculture and the beauty of the land in the unincorporated areas. I also want to protect the natural wetlands and waterways as well as the habitats for all animals and birds. Too much construction in the unincorporated areas could destroy some of these things. Thank you."
Okay, anyone else?
Well, I guess you can tell the crowds are shrinking. My name's Daniel Tompkins, I live at 1676 Highway 145. I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I just curious, usually make comments, but I was curious, with all that's going on with the wastewater stuff, before it became public knowledge, had any of you visited the current facilities that we have in Franklin County and gained any kind of an understanding about how wastewater works? You had been and visited your wastewater treatment facility here?
I've done that with BJ.
Yeah, but before all this started?
I've actually done it about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago? Yeah, well, I'm speaking 5 weeks plus ago. So if I understand, the intergovernmental agreement was signed several months ago, and you signed an agreement for $6 million for a forced main from Carnesville to Franklin Springs without visiting the facilities and understanding how that works. I keep hearing that there's going to be customers down the line, and from what I understand, there's no way to tie on a forced main. It's a pipe under pressure. And, you know, you can't put backflow preventers in and hook them up to a house, because if they fail, you're gonna have raw sewage pumping into the house. So, and one other thing I'm confused about is, Corey, you said, Mr. Pulliam, I'll be formal. Yeah. But Corey, you said, the very first meeting I ever came to, that you were asked directly, all of you were asked directly, you know, are you in favor of this agreement, whatever. You didn't really answer the question. You answered the question with a question.
Well,
You said,
I'll answer it to you right now. I haven't been hiding about it. I'd rather spend $5.3 million carrying a line from Carnesville to Franklin Springs for 900,000 gallons of sewer than spend $24 million in Carnesville for a 900,000 gallon sewer. Because whether you realize or not, you got 900,000 gallons of sewer going in the Broad River from Carnesville, or you got 900,000 gallons of sewer going in the river in Franklin Springs. That's the way I looked at it.
I appreciate that response, but that wasn't my question. My question was, what I was gonna say, you answered the question with a question. You said, what are we supposed to do? We've got to go from 300,000 gallons to 900,000 gallons. And the research I've done on residential homes, the average residential home produces about 100 gallons a day worth of sewage at the maximum capacity. And that's with like 5 to 6 people living in a 3-bedroom home. So, you know, the current facility we have has a capacity around 300,000 gallons. So where's the 600,000 gallons coming from? And we've got a water issue where they're publishing in the paper now that we need to conserve on water, we're gonna be cutting industry back and stuff like that. You can't get water out that you can't put in. I mean, water is tied to sewer. I mean, and I know some places they actually determine how much sewer to charge based on how much water they actually use. So, anyway, I'm just curious, those are some of the questions I had, thank you.
Anybody wanna respond? Do we have anyone else with public comment?
Megan Crump, 121 River Ridge Road, Carnesville, Georgia. I think I just have one question because I've heard so many different things. I mean, Corey, from you, I've heard 3 different numbers. Is it 18 million, 20 million, 22 million, or today you just said 24 million? So I think there's a lot of confusion and I need some clarification. That's my only question.
I'm gonna say from the numbers we got, somewhere between 20, 24 million, but that number will increase every single year, because if let's say we started doing it right now, it would take 2 years to get the permitting, get engineering, get everything done. So if we got a quote for, just say $22 million, it may be 24, maybe 26.
What was the quote that you got already? Was
We
it
have not-
18
we have
million?
not-
Was
We have
it
not
now?
100% got a quote at the
In 2023, to go to 900,000 gallons was, right at 19 million, 2 years ago.
Okay, that was my question. Thank you.
And just to, make a quick response to Mr. Tompkins, and the discussion on the 900,000 was because we were, given an allocation to expand the plant for 600 or 900, and there's a very small difference between, there's a large difference going from 300 to 600, and there was only a very small difference between 600 and 900, so they were thinking for future, it's a lot cheaper to go ahead and go to the 9 instead of trying to do it again later because it was gonna cost us more. So that was the thinking behind that previously last year, so. Alright, anyone else?
Madam Chair and Commissioner, it's odd that 20 years ago, this was the same conversation. There was no sewer in the county, there was no utilities. And it's sad to know that the colleagues that we have here, the commissioners that we have here today, are still facing the same issue that we had 20 years ago. There's only just a few that's here from times past that would even know that this conversation's ever been brought up about sewer in the county and infrastructure. So I guess where I would say, as a resident of the county, is that, you know, there's got to be an establishment to build the infrastructure that's needed, whether it be sewer, water lines, streets, roads, and then there's got to be a balance of that for the influx of growth. But if we have the growth before we have the facilities, we're hung up where we're at today, right this very moment. Listen, I admire each one of them. I really truly do. You know, very, very, very honored to be here tonight with y'all. So just know that I still pray for you. Okay. Thank you.
Or anyone else?
Nick Martin, Highway 29, Royston. I'm curious on where y'all got the estimates from for this.
It was Turnip
It was our engineering firm, that actually built, helped us when we built the initial,
And that's the only estimate that's been given.
That was the only estimates that was.
And that's the same one that's did the engineering for the Franklin Springs plant.
that's correct.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thank you.
item 6, statements and remarks from commissioners. Do we have any statements or remarks from any of our commissioners on board? Alright, seeing none, we'll move on to item 7, zoning items, old business. Item 7A. I guess we need to just take everybody on this one, since we didn't see this one tonight still, right?
Yeah, just table it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so do I have a motion to approve, deny, and or table?
I make the motion to table.
I have a motion to table from Commissioner Pulliam, do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Commissioner Busby, any discussion?
Madam Chair, if I just could to clarify, I think the intention initially was for this item to be tabled indefinitely pending the resolution of the legal issues that the battles we're going to pursue with their lawyer. And so we truly are sort of at a standstill until we hear back from them. So that is the basis of the request would be that we specified that it's tabled indefinitely pending it being brought back after their legal action.
Okay, so Corey needs to modify, I guess, motion to.
Just if it can be said, clarified for the record.
Okay, so we're gonna clarify for the record, this will be tabled indefinitely.
I make a motion to table indefinitely.
Alright, so we have a motion from Commissioner Pulliam, a second from Commissioner Busby. Any discussion from the board? Alright, seeing none, all in favor of tabling indefinitely, raise your right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Item 8, zoning items, new business. We have item 8A. And this was Nora Nix, the applicant for the pet crematorium. Is it the, pleasure of the board to do these collectively? Okay. Alright, so items 8A, 8B, and 8C, Nora Nix applicant for pet crematorium. Do I have a motion to approve, deny, and or table?
I make a motion to table all three.
I have a motion from Commissioner Pulliam to table. Do I have a second? I have a second from Commissioner Smith. Any discussion from the board? Alright, seeing none, raise the right hand to table this application. Vote passes 5-0. Alright, item D, Mike D. Crump applicant, property owner for 10.67 acres on Hunter's Creek. Do I have a motion to approve, deny, and or table?
I make a motion to approve.
I have a motion from Commissioner Pulliam to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Thompson. Any discussion? Alright, seeing none, all in favor of approving, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Alright, item E, Elijah Nichols applicant and Paul and Sharon Laird. This is for a 2-acre tract on Strawberry Lane in Carnesville. Do I have a motion to approve, deny, and or table?
Make a motion to approve.
I have a motion from Commissioner Busby to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Thompson. Any discussion by the board? Seeing none, all in favor of approving this application, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Item F, Mr. Walter Reed applicant, rezone for AI to rural residential in Martin, Georgia. Do I have a motion to approve, deny, and or table?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve from Commissioner Thompson. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Commissioner Busby. Any discussion?
Madam Chair, is it the desire of the board to condition the approval on the applicant combining tract 1 on the tract with the neighbor's property? And if so, I'd ask that the motion be amended to include
the track one, he said it doesn't have an easement, there's no road access, it's landlocked back there, and he said he was selling it to, the Mitchells who's next door. So this condition we put on here would just make sure that if something were to happen, that we would be able to go back and they would be able to work the easement. Is that correct?
Yes.
I will make the motion for approval with that conditional item placed on it.
Alright, so I have an amendment from Commissioner Thompson to approve with the condition that track one is, combined with the neighboring track. Alright, and do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Commissioner Busby. Alright, all in favor of approval with that condition, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0. Alright, item 9, new business. Item 9A is water meter moratorium, and I'm gonna pass this one over to Terry, so you can give us a little bit of information.
Yeah, as we spoke, last Thursday, we've been having a lot of water issues with our tank on the, north end, Highway 106 tank, staying below 20 feet. I brought to your attention that, we were looking at doing a moratorium on selling new water meters, the water meters that already been purchased that we have, on schedule, we will put those in. And this moratorium is for 90 days. I spoke to council before the meeting, we can lift this moratorium at any time. So, once we get the 2 water sources that we are having the works, online, then at that time, I would request to lift it, but, I don't know the exact, I've been told 30 days, 45 days, so I think 90 days makes it safe for us to put that in action.
Alright, do I have a motion from the board to approve or deny the, water meter moratorium?
I'll make a motion.
Alright, I have a motion from Commissioner Pulliam, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Smith, any discussion about the moratorium? All in favor, raise the right hand. Vote passes 5-0, so I will sign this, Angie. Alright, moving on to item 9B, estimated millage rate. So if you wanna explain just a little bit.
Yeah, the new state law requires us to do an estimated, millage rate to go on tax bills. The tax assessor has requested us to do that tonight, so they can start getting the bills out. Our millage rate right now is 8.636. The full rollback is, 7.833. That complete rollback, after, appeals on taxes, assessments and all that, will go up. So the safe route, instead of the estimate, is to set that at, in between those 2 numbers, which is, 8.235 as an estimate. This does not bind the millage rate at all, it's just, it, satisfies a requirement from the state. And then we'll come and set the actual millage rate once we get the final tax digest, probably in July.
Do I have a motion to approve, or do I have a motion from the board on an estimated millage rate?
Make a motion that we set the estimated millage rate at 8.235.
Alright, I have a motion from Commissioner Busby to set at 8.235. Do I have a second?
I'll say.
I have a second from Commissioner Smith. Do we have any discussion? No discussion from the board? Alright, seeing none, all in favor, raise of the right hand to approve for 8.235 million. That vote passes 5-0. Item 10 is personal matters. Do we have any personnel matters? Sorry.
Our new, planning and zoning director, Mr. Michael Norwood, started today. He's sitting back at the table there, and we want to, welcome him to Franklin County. And,
Stand up so everybody can see what we're talking about.
but he will be our new.
executive session. Do we see any need for executive session tonight? Seeing none, item 12 is announcements. I do have one announcement. Starting next meeting, there will be a sign-up sheet for all speakers, so that way we can kind of keep a little bit of order. So everybody will sign up on the sheet and we'll go down the sheet list. So just a little bit, makes it a little bit easier so we're not so spread out with comments. So, do we have any other announcements? Any other announcements?
Madam Chair, I have a couple. We still have vacancies on the boards in the county. We have one vacancy on the library board. We have 4 vacancies on the recreation board. We do have 2 applicants for that board in hand, but we still need 2 more. We also have 1 vacancy on the Avita board. We advertised that, and the deadline for applications is May the 19th at 9 a.m. We also have a vacancy on the Joint Development Authority. We have, and
We're advertising this.
that should be in the paper this week, so we do have a vacancy for that. So any citizens that want to serve the county and the community, please get your applications in.
Yes.
How long has the rec department been in need of 4 people?
They just expired. Correct?
Well, some's not expired until the end of June.
Okay. So they had to step down, they just expired.
That's correct.
And that may not take the cutoff is for all of those.
Yes, ma'am. Except the joint development.
All right, so hearing that, we need people to volunteer. We'd love to have you. So somebody put in an application and come join one of the boards and, be a part of the county and the community, and we'd love to have you. All right, any other announcements? All right, seeing none, item 13 is adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? I have a motion from Commissioner Smith. Do I have a second? A second from Commissioner Busby. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. So it passes 5-0. Thank y'all for coming and have a good night.